Well deserved. Well deserved. Smart move. Locker room unifying move. We're going to talk about it. What is up, Fin fans? Breaking news 9 minutes ago. It was reported that the Miami Dolphins and defensive tackle Zach Sieler have reached an agreement on a 3-year extension worth up to $67.75 million, including $44 million guaranteed per Drew Rosenhaus and Jason Rosenhaus. Sieler had 2 years remaining on his deal and now become the Dolphins' highest paid defensive player, as he should. Very, very big move. And again, look at the guaranteed money. Omar Kelly says it perfectly. I'll read to you what he had to say. He said, so Zach Sieler went from being under contract for potentially $18 million over the next 2 years to earning $44 million in guaranteed money, which will likely be paid to him over 3 years. Now, I don't know how that clears up cap space right now. Let me see if I can find it. But this is a beautiful move by the Miami Dolphins, not only because Zach Sieler deserves a contract extension and he deserves to be making more money. Because as of right now, before the contract extension, he was getting $17 million guaranteed. And he had $12 million cap hit this year and $11 million cap hit next year. Now, again, I don't know what the cap savings is. I don't think anyone really knows what the cap savings is. I asked, and I was like, hey. So even, does this create cap room for this year? Hard to say without knowing the specific details, like the signing bonuses and if there are extra roster bonuses in voided years. So I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if it's not a signing bonus, if this doesn't create cap space for this year, which they'll hold on to, or maybe bring in another corner and then transfer it to next year. There's a lot of things that can go on, but the Dolphins did what they needed to do, and they were smart. This is where they're smart, and they pay the guys that deserve it. You saw what happened when they traded Jonnu, and how Raheem Mostert came out and said, we don't take care of our guys and yada, yada. Well, Sieler is a guy that needed to be taken care of, and he is taken care of. And this is a move that I couldn't be happier about. Love Zach Sieler. And again, a lot of people think the Dolphins are tanking, or, the way Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier, mostly Chris Grier, are working is that it's a slow rebuild. And why would you give Sieler an extension if they're going to reset the whole roster next year? That still could happen. But Sieler is a type of player and a type of guy that you build around and you can build a future with. He's not old. And also, he even came out and said, he was an undrafted free agent, not a lot of college reps. So he still has a lot of tread on those tires. But again, father time still come at you and bite you in the tush. But great move. Love the move by the Miami Dolphins to sign him, to get him into a contract. And especially before the joint practice versus Chicago. From what I'm hearing from somebody I know, they wanted to get this done before that joint practice. They wanted to get it done before the season started. And now the guys in the locker room are seeing, okay, they are taking care of us, and they are taking care of our own. And, because if they let Sieler ride out the season without paying him, one of the guys who's the team captain, who, he didn't hold in. He was practicing every day, all 10 days of training camp. He was out there and he was practicing. And if you don't reward him, and you don't reward him for what? How many sacks does this man have over his tenure with the Miami Dolphins? Like, he deserves it. Now, I know people are gonna be like, oh, look at all that money. It's $67 million, including, you got to look at the guaranteed money, and it's $44 million over 3 years. So again, he's making, what I say, $12 million. That might bump him up, I think, annually to like 18, but it's probably not how much he's going to get. The out is probably after next year. So he has his money this year. He's under contract with the Dolphins next year. Then there's an out probably after 2026. They know what they're doing with their contracts. That's the one thing that I'm comfortable with Brandon Shore, is when he makes his contracts. Let's see. I want to get his defense. So started with the Baltimore Ravens, came to Miami, 1 sack, right? Then he slowly got better. So over the past 2 years, in 2023, he had 9 sacks. Last year, he had 11 sacks. Just kept on getting better. And now you have Kenneth Grant. You have Jalen Phillips. Hopefully the knee is fine. Chubb. You got Willie Gay Jr., who's being really disruptive. You have a lot of these guys who are going to come in, hopefully take the pressure off Sieler so he can continue to get better and get after. He has interceptions. How many interceptions does this man have? He has 2 interceptions over the past 2 years. Like, he's doing everything. He's doing absolutely everything. It's an absolutely great move by the Dolphins to secure him, to make sure that, not only that he sees it, but also the rest of the locker room sees, like, we're taking care of you guys. You fight hard. You show that you're a team player. You show that you're going to come in and, do your thing. We're going to take care of you. But as of right now, like I said, don't really have any details on if there's any cap relief or anything like that. That's all I got. But he got a contract extension. I'm happy for him. Good for him. And I'm glad it happened today. I was going to talk about it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we get some more details, or the day after we get more details on his contract. And when we get more details, I'll tell you. Maybe I'll make, maybe Tuesday, I'll make a cap update for the Miami Dolphins when we find out more about the Sieler situation and when Mike Hilton officially gets signed, and see where we're at cap wise. But yeah, I'm not seeing anyone really upset about it. A lot of people are asking, did this provide any cap space, which I'm 100% sure it did. 100% sure. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of Sieler getting an extension. Again, if I had to predict the way his contract looks, I bet you there is a cap savings. He was getting $12 million this year, so I can see there being potentially maybe like an $8 million cap savings, having his cap hit drop down to $4 million, like Minka happened. Make that into a signing bonus. Then I see him getting his money next year, or maybe a little less. They might put the voided years at the back end. And then I can see there being an out after 2026. Give him a 2-year extension, put more guaranteed, make him feel more secure as a team captain, and then, have an out. That's honestly the way I see it. But comment below. Let me know. I will see you tomorrow with the Warren Sharp interview. Fantastic, fantastic news at the end of this Sunday. But I will see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. Our fins out.